Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet. Well, I believe you are
Except
slightly censored.
we're going to
I should
try and
say.
keep our language family
Yes.
friendly, as our previous streamer Shoimi always says.
We generally do that on the show. When there has been the occasional bomb, it's always been the guest. So I guess we won't have this problem tonight.
Well, you guys are the
And-
guests.
Exactly, and vice versa. So this is something totally new that we're trying tonight. Holazor has been on our show before. That's Splinterlands 101, out every Friday. Co-hosts of the show, Matt Clark, the finest gentleman who ever lived, and Geotrix, or Poufe Pousse, you would know him as if you've come across him on the ranked battle side of things. So we've had Holazor on before, thought well, we'll have him on again. Can you come on the show? And he suggested, hey, why don't you guys record the show while I'm streaming on Splinterlands TV? It was like, I'm always up for something new. Let's do this. So
We have the
we're in
technology.
experimental mode tonight.
We have the technology.
We have the technology.
And it's for May the 4th, huh? May the 4th.
Yes,
And there's-
May
and-
the 4th be with you.
And there's 4 of us.
Yes. And I'm Boba Fett.
Mind-blowing. I'm Geotrix. And
I'm Matt
Matty.
Clark. Howdy, howdy, everybody.
Yes, this is the man that owns every flesh column in the world. Remember the face well. And it's not lazy, Pero. It's not lazy. It's called doing it this way to spend more time with my wife and my cat.
And you've probably seen our names, scrolling through the chat previously on various people's streams. So now you can put a face to our names. So when you see the Possibilis spin up and it says won by Boba Fett, then you know who that is.
You know where and how to direct your hatred.
He's been unbearable since he was the only one to beat Yabba last week.
So realize though now when you do the draws, if I do win a Possibilis, there's going to be questions.
Well, I can't rig it. I can't rig it to that extent.
No, that's what I mean. But if I just said that, if it actually happened, yeah, there could be questions.
Well, on the topic, Damore saying very nice to see the face behind the name. This is what, episode 70 of your Splinterlands 101 podcast?
It is indeed episode 70. Yes.
So there's an entire archive of this stuff. Enough to listen to one every week for a year, at least. I don't know. I'm trying to entice people to go and check your stuff out. Is it on YouTube? Is it on 3Speak? Is it on Peaked Hive? Where can the people find more of you?
I post every week on a Friday onto 3Speak on the Hive network, and then I also upload to YouTube. I have Boba Fett on YouTube as well.
Can we share the link? Asks Damore. Yes, we can.
And Matt, I think you're muted.
Yeah, it's noisy here. Dinner time, so I'm just popping my mic on when I need to talk. But I'm coming through now. Okay.
I saw you on the delay and you weren't. I know why. Because I have Splinterlands TV muted, so we don't get feedback.
Yes.
That's why I couldn't hear you on the delay. Like I said, this is going to be fun and raw.
When we're talking guests, I pictured you're our guest. No, you're my guest. The whole Spider-Man meme. We're each other.
We are all guests. If you guys flip over occasionally to Splinterlands TV, it's really it gets quite confusing with this huge delay.
Yeah, it's something you come to become accustomed to when you've been doing streaming for as long as I've been doing now. Splinterlands TV went 1 year old not so long ago, so we've been around a while, and I've been streaming Splinterlands since what, 2018, 2019. I've got replays on my YouTube. JB Saints goes, who's that other guy? We've got Holazor, Boba Fettit. I don't know.
It's me.
Yeah. We've got Matt. Who's this other guy?
The Poufe dude. Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm Geotrix. And I'm a friend of Bob, Matt, Yeah, man, we've been doing the Splinterlands 101 podcast for a little while now, a year. And it's just been
Yeah.
fun, you know, like I would have never thought about it before, but here we are. And I just enjoy to get on and just talk about this game and about life in general with great friends. Like
Yeah,
how I
that's the
feel.
guy. You guys know who it is now. Geotrix.
It's been over a year because this is episode 70 and we haven't missed a week. So episode 52 would have been 1 year. So yeah, we're going strong.
It's over a year.
Oh, it's Boba Fett's son. So Jagged sent me this thing earlier today on Discord. I don't know if he's going to post it on Hive later, where he did like this sexy man bearded intro thing for me as an audio clip. Don't think I can play it here on stream because I think it will get a copyright violation because it does have some licensed music in it. But yeah, I was just like, wow, dude, the commitment to the memery. He's done a video on Hive. Pop the link in the Twitch chat so people can go watch it, Jagged.
He's great. He's always
Yeah.
creating something. Very creative. I've actually known, I see Bob in person, like we're mates, we've been mates for ages now. And yeah, whenever like someone's like, "Is that your son?" That's our go-to. I was like, yeah, that's my dad. Yes, we play the role. We play the role.
It's like me and Commander Garlic, the guy who streams directly after me on Thursday nights. He claims to be my son. He's a Filipino guy who is certainly not my son.
It's Commander Bawang.
Commander Bawang, yes. Bawang
Yes.
being garlic in Tagalog.
With a honk honk.
Or Tagalog. All of our Filipino viewers are going to correct me on my pronunciation there, I'm sure.
We're gonna give
Is
it to you.
Bawang? Bawang? Bawang?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're probably cringing right now.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, Garlic's gone to the extent of like Googling me on the internet, going through my photography website, and finding my like professional portrait and all that sort of stuff. And then he's like photoshopped me into like family pictures with him as a child and stuff. He's taken it to like next level. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Every week he produces a new piece of evidence to convince people that I am indeed his father.
Recording in progress.
Which is
Realized.
hilarious. You forgot to start your recording? Don't worry, I've got it right from the start. It'll be with my stream frame in the Twitch chat, but I can get that to you, Bob. No worries.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, but just the different format, the starting, the confusion. I totally forgot to press the record button.
That's all right. Feel free to redo your intro. So, hey everyone, I'm Holazor. This is Boba Fett. This is Splinterlands 101. For those who have just joined us, who is everybody here?
Yeah. So if you're just joining us now on Splinterlands 101, I'm Boba Fett. This is Splinterlands 101. This is Matt Clark. This
Howdy,
is
howdy.
Geotrix. And that is Holazor. Oh, actually, no, I'm back to front when this comes on video. So it's going to be the opposite direction to everything that I just pointed.
Yes, we are all from Australia. Matt and I are from Adelaide, South Australia. We knew each other before the days of the Hive blockchain. We worked at the same company, and I think we weren't really all that close until we discovered crypto, and then we discovered Steam, which morphed into Hive. Then we discovered Steam Monsters, and that's when Matt and I sort of became real besties in the crypto space.
And Jagged, who is we discussing earlier, he's also from Melbourne, Australia. And Gia and I caught up with Jagged. We had a coffee, and Jagged's also been on the show a couple of times too.
I knew Jagged was a coffee drinker. Absolute degenerates, coffee drinkers.
Yeah, you can be deported from Melbourne if you don't have a coffee at least once a week.
Yeah, it's a requirement.
Yes.
It was real good
They
meeting
deport you because you have to go somewhere to get better coffee. Adelaide.
No,
You have to-
Melbourne is
Wow,
the coffee
you looked
capital
genuinely
of
hurt.
Australia.
You look genuinely hurt, Geotrix. Genuinely hurt.
No, I wasn't her. I just wanted to say, does South Australia have the best coffee, or is that just? Are
Yeah,
you just
we've got
trying
better
to sum up-
coffee. We do.
I wasn't actually sure if you had coffee in
Yeah, we've
South
got
Australia.
we've got electricity these days too.
It's mostly iced coffee here
Yeah.
in Adelaide.
Yeah.
We're the only
Farmers
state in
Union.
Australia.
I drink
yeah,
Farmers Union, so I've
we're
got,
the
I've got
only
to
state
give.
in Australia where the iced coffee is the bigger seller than Coke.
Yeah.
We sell a lot more iced coffee than we do Coke over here, as opposed to every other state.
Jagged in
Yeah,
the Twitch chat. In a population of 100 people, there are 4% on Splinterlands TV right now. I have to feed the kangaroos and pedal the power.
Who was that?
Jagged.
Yeah, every now and then, the power might go out for a minute or two, and I think, Adelaide just woke up.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. But no, I've
Well,
got
someone tripped over the extension cord near the border.
I've got nothing against Melbourne. My sister-in-law lives over there. We drove over the New Year's break to visit her. She lives in the CBD, so we stayed at a little hotel in Carlton and just wandered down to her apartment each day and spent New Year's over there. And my day job, most of my team's in Melbourne, so I do often make it over. But next time I make it over, maybe we can do a in-person or three of us sort of thing. Just don't mug me for my private keys because I'll be outnumbered.
Well, let's get Jagged involved. Let's have
Yeah.
a four-way at the coffee shop. And you don't drink coffee, but
No,
we could accommodate something for you. I'm sure.
I'll drink a green tea. Be very spiritual.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe
I
we
do
can
like
get
a
you.
green tea in the evening.
So, is it because like you haven't had coffee a lot, or you
I just don't like it.
taste
Don't like the
Okay.
taste. Don't need the caffeine. I'm one of those people that isn't like a spring out of bed in the morning. It's more like a groaning suspension coil that is like, yep, I should probably yield to the daylight and rise. But yeah, I never really saw the point of coffee. I'm like, hey, that's an opportunity to save at least $3 a day. Brilliant. It's more money.
Ironic because your house is one of my favorite places to have coffee. Because
Yeah.
your partner like sprinkles the malt on top and just makes it like it's so good. Just I don't think to do it myself, but when she does, it's just the sprinkling of malt powder on top, and it really just kicks it up a notch.
See, we do have better coffee in Adelaide. If someone who's not even a coffee drinker can produce better coffee than a commercial coffery place, yes, that's words, then, I stand justified. Now, people are bugging us in the chat about giveaways, so I'm going to go bring up the little giveaway tool that we use on another monitor. And
Are you doing active chat or keyword?
I think I'm gonna force people to type a keyword.
Okay,
And,
I might jump in on this so I can get that possibilus.
Yeah, hopefully. You guys aren't going to be happy with the keyword for the giveaway though.
Uh-oh.
I've been.
Is it,
I think you guys already know what it's going to be.
it's something coffee.
It is. It is
Yeah,
definitely.
Adelaide has the best coffee or something ridiculous.
I'm going to put
Talk
it
about
into
coffee,
chat
though.
right now. I'm testing the
Is it
limits
not
of
that,
the.
like,
I'm testing the limits of the tool. Whoops, I just screwed up there. So our keyword is there in chat. I'm gonna make myself ineligible, so people can copy paste. Altrix has got it. Kotzkarlo's got it. All right, we'll return to the conversation now, and I think perhaps we should talk some stuff about Splinterlands.
yes.
And we'll then draw the prize. Now, for those of you who are watching the stream, there will be some moments where Bob and the other guys get cut off. This is entirely intentional, but we will return should that happen.
Well, how's this for a starters? What are we thinking about the proposal, the latest one? I know that's been spoken about a lot, and probably everyone's over it. But why not talk about it while we can, while it's up in, you know?
I've been saying on Twitch chat an awful
You
lot.
changed your mind live on your stream the other day.
But now I've changed my mind again. I'm going to vote no to every proposal ever.
We actually watched
until...
the bar move.
Yeah,
changed his vote.
I laughed. I was like, this guy.
I'm gonna vote no to every proposal going forward until DEC is back at PEG, because that burns 100k DEC every time a proposal's published. So if I can get proposals to not be passed and people think about what they've done in that proposal and do something better, then, you know, eventually DEC will be back to PEG, and I'll vote yes if I agree with the proposal. And if I don't, then I'll vote no. But no, I try to be objective.
What about the proposal to buy Rift watches with DEC? Surely
I would vote yes for that. Yeah, I would definitely vote yes for that, because the DEC would go to the DAO. And then the DAO can decide what to do with their DEC. Yes, Daru, most proposals have been poorly written. I can't wait until the first ChatGPT edited proposal goes live. It'll happen.
It's interesting. I mean, Hive starting, or back in the Steam days, starting as a bloggers platform, you would expect things to be written slightly better. But I guess that's, you know, it is open to anyone to write a proposal.
Yeah, you'd expect a lot of things. And let's see. Let's bring up this giveaway tool and see who wins.
All right. And we'll have to wait to find that, so you'll have to let us know.
Well, I just went to go click pick a winner, but it looks like it didn't actually register anyone. But it did, actually. It did.
Yeah,
King Araminus. But I think I may have screwed up. Because I didn't have it in promo mode.
Oh no.
So
Uh,
in true Monty Python style, let's give it to the woman with the biggest. Of course, you know, we have to careful what we say on Splinterlands TV.
No. I'll just have to manually rig it. Don't mind me. Please feel free to say things while I fix my screw up here.
Adelaide does coffee better, huh?
Apparently.
My policy with proposals, I'm thinking I'll vote for if it's getting close, or no if it's getting, like, try and keep it really, really close. So those who are passionate will just buy more SPS. So I'm really just trying to push up the price of SPS. Oliver's also trying to push up the price of dark energy crystals, and we're all just laughing, thumbing our noses at democracy, which is, you know, makes me happy as an anarchist. That's, you know, I love the idea of disrespecting the whole concept of democracy like that. It's great.
Yes, anarchy. I wonder what the general consensus on anarchy is on the Gen Pop of SLTV. I guess a lot of people would, from their TV viewing, see the anarchist as a skinhead kicking over letterboxes and setting fire to rubbish bins.
Guys in the chat, I set the chat to only mode for a reason, so I can rig this. And you're not behaving yourselves. Please cease.
Kick them all off. Kick them all.
Okay. There we go. Rigged it. At last, rigged it. Now let's see what they get.
Let's see what he wins.
Thank you, Techie, for disabling it.
These May, I've got to say,
it's a Goblin Fire Mage.
Away. I've been blown away by the May prizes, especially after the April Ruse.
I still got Rod stuck
I'm
in
not
my head.
complaining. I got some ruses out of April, so. But yeah, I was blown away by the cards that are coming out in May, and getting that Possibilis, because I don't have a Possibilis. So when that came up, I was so stoked about that. So that's one less that I need to buy. So yeah, super happy with that.
And guys in the chat, it's now just set to chat activity, so just make sure you've been active in the last 10 minutes, and I'll be drawing these at random throughout the rest of the stream.
Alrighty. So I need to drop an emoji in or something at some point.
Yeah.
Or we'll just sing the Monty Python song. Spam, 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 spam. And
I mean, this
Well,
is
no,
as
but-
interactive as it gets right now, us being here.
Yeah, you've got
So-
4 people to insult instead of just one. Come on. Make it happen, Twitch chat.
So does anyone have any questions, like for myself or Matt or Gio? I mean, you probably know Holozor quite well from his regular streams. I've never caught the beginning of your stream, Holozor, because normally this time at night, 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock in Melbourne time, I am tutoring. I have students, but I changed my schedule this week to accommodate this stream. So that's why you usually see me jumping in about 8 o'clock, which would be like 7:30 your time. So I've usually just finished with a student and jump in
Yeah,
stream.
like nothing is really different from the start of my stream to the end of the stream. Who is the king? Are you all in the same guild? I would say Matt Clark is the king of the Roaring 20s. But
Actually, we have 2 guilds represented here.
but I'm the one who flipped over the castle, so I don't know.
Yes, that was quite a deal.
We'll do it as a timeshare. I mean, we could do like a weekend each amongst the 30 members and still have like another 22 weekends a year that we can rent out that castle, can't we?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, easy timeshare. Nice view. Speaking of Monty Python, Bob, my dad is very, very happy that I got a swamp castle. I got a castle in a swamp. So he's quite. I got one of my castles in a forest and the other one's in a swamp. So he's very happy about that.
Nice. Who was it saying that was it Aggie? Actually, when Nate was first sharing the eye candy, he said, "I want a castle in a swamp."
Yes. Yeah.
And Aggie
yeah.
is a huge Monty Python fan as well, so it would make sense. But,
In my generation, I liken swamps to Shrek. Okay.
but the French scene at the castle, like, if it's timeless, it goes beyond generation.
Yeah.
The insulting.
But then
Yes.
there's also the great Australian film, The Castle, which has nothing to do with Splinterlands castles. But, you know, when people like Daru come and ask me for land, I haven't done this yet, but I should just tell him he's dreaming.
Oh, no one's gonna get that but Australians.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad that it's good.
We went. My brother and I took our kids snow skiing last year at Mount Bowler, and right near there is Bonnie Doon, the house where they shot the Bonnie Doon part for the castle. So we stopped there and got a photo. Typical tourists, just standing there scratching ourselves and, you know, stretching our legs and, oh look, we're at Bonnie Doon. And yeah, it's a great movie if you haven't seen it.
Ah, the serenity.
It's funny too when you go into the CBD of Melbourne, you see the neighbor. Oh, not so much now, but like when I first came over, I was working in the city. The neighbors' tourist bus, where people actually jump on the tourist bus and the bus takes them to Ramsay Street and all the neighbors. Not that I've ever watched that show, and so like
Sure, Bob.
genuinely, seriously, I've never watched that show, but you. Being such an Aussie icon, you can't help but know things. Yeah.
Well, a
See, you watch
swallow,
the other one. Home and Away.
a swallow
I
carrying a
used to,
coconut.
actually, back like in the first year or two of Home and Away, because I was much younger then, and it was like prime time. And in Perth,
That was before
Like-
they had other channels.
exactly, yes. I mean, I was in Perth when it was GWN, 7, 9, and ABC. Like that was it. Yeah. And
You have
GWN
Splinter
that's it.
News, who's Shoimi, who was on before us, has citizenship in Australia, and I never knew that. They always identify as an angry Hungarian man, from what I remember.
And it's funny, the very first time I got onto Splinterlands TV, and it was after like just listening to Rondon talking about what was before April, whatever the promo was, or maybe it was right at the beginning of April.
FOMO Feb?
No, it was, yes, FOMO Feb had just finished. And so I thought, I must check out this Splinterlands TV. And I'd finished my lady tutoring session, which I finished at 11 p.m. my time. And I jumped on and I'm listening to this guy streaming for about 10 minutes. And then it just dawned on me, oh, he's an Aussie. Because I'm so used to hearing the accent, it just was like, hang on a sec, this guy's an Aussie. And I typed in the channel, but he lives in Thailand, I think. He's Thailand, but he is an Aussie.
Yeah, we've got a few on Splinterlands TV. We've also got Jayron, who's up in the Gold Coast.
Yes.
He streams on Monday nights.
Comes after you.
Yeah. And then we've got Crypto Llama TV, who's over in WA as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crypto Llama.
He's in our guild. He's a roaring 20.
Yeah.
When does he stream?
Tuesday nights at 9:30 Adelaide time, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And has he been filling his slots?
Yeah, he rarely misses.
Okay. I'll check it out then. I don't think I've caught him.
We should get him on. He's actually like really good to listen to. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he kind
engaging,
of sounds
he's-
like me. We've got very similar voices,
All right.
except not now that I'm sick. Very different voices.
So how many Aussies do we have in the chat?
We know we've got Jagged. We've got
Yes.
Splinter News, who's like an
Identifies
imposter
as
as far as I'm aware. I think, yeah, Walk the Grid is up at Cairns or somewhere up that way.
Nice. I've been to Cairns. Lovely part of the world.
Somewhere northeast Queensland or somewhere along those ranks. Bordell, I'm prepared to call an honorary Australian because they used to watch my stream when I used to stream on my personal Twitch channel. And we've got many a long-term meme around the Pellicor Deceiver. And Daru was like expecting a snappy response. A snappy response to what?
And King Arminus, guten Abend, wie geht's?
Oh, I see what you've done there, Daru. If I gave you my land, you would be an Australian citizen. I get it. I get it now.
Oh, too smart.
Like I've been turning Daru down for land for over a year now. It's a feature of every one of my streams.
All right. And we are actually going to disappear in less than 1 minute. We get, I'm real cheap, so I use the free version of Zoom and it only gives us 40 minutes and it just.
And then they disappear just like that.
Aussie.
I was gonna say
back.
I couldn't hear you guys. Yeah, my turn to shut up now because my throat is killing me. So Matt sent us a pack. I'm gonna open that now.
Saw live exactly what I was talking about with Zoom. It just and you're gone. And it's gone.
It's
As-
ruthless.
as
It's
will we.
absolutely ruthless. It's unhuman.
It was very good timing.
Hey, that's good portrait material right there, Holozor. That bit
Me
of
holding-
almost monochrome.
Holding my drink.
Just the darkness in the background, the beard. It's just
Oh, thank you.
yes.
I'm going to open up this Untamed pack that Matt sent us. So
Ah, yes, nice.
you guys will need to look at the delay on the Twitch stream for this.
Yes, we shall. And I forgot to hit record again. So
Recording in progress.
Oh, Bob.
And we're back.
Okay, what have we got here? Oh, it's a double rare pack. So nothing special. Tell me the
rare.
numbers, gents. I'll open in the number order.
Middle.
3. I heard 3. It's a Dark Astronomer. I heard middle. I'm going to click in the middle and be really obnoxious. It's not working.
It's not.
I think you meant this one by middle.
Yeah, number 2.
So how's
If
number
you're-
2 the middle? The middle is 2.5.
So from left to right, number 2 would be the middle, right? It would
Yes,
be
I
the
guess.
middle.
Yes, because you
Yeah.
have 2 either side.
Twitch
Right.
chat has gone and thrown a whole
So it'd
bunch
be
of
3
numbers.
would be the middle.
Yeah.
Can I zoom in? Yeah, I did. We're not guessing anything. We just wanted to see the numbers. Look, this is a death pack. There's 3 death cards.
They're packed.
If we get another fire card now, it's going to be a full house. Hey, it's a full house. We're playing poker with Splinterlands cards.
All right.
Oh, you called that one.
I sent you another one. I think you should do it till we get an epic or a gold foil.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Everyone
Untamed.
just thank Matt, man. Like he's just
Yes.
a legend.
Do that.
He's like
He's just trying to use my potions.
There's a reason that Aggie referred to Matt as one of the finest gentlemen who ever lived, live on the town hall. He certainly is.
and it's absolutely true, yeah.
Oh no, it's the most vanilla pack in the world, Matt. It's another death pack. 2 death, 1 fire. Undead Badger, Maggots, Magma Troll. Orc Sergeant, who's our rare? Fire Elemental. Matt's a persistent boy.
They're pretty groovy backgrounds too, because I've never actually I never bought any Untamed packs. All the Untamed cards I have are cards I've specifically bought. It's always nice watching a different opening. So yeah.
Well, Herbalist, Crystal Jaguar, Realistic, Parasitic Growth. Jeez, I can't speak. Giant Squid, Contessa Lament.
Herbalist, he's the one that eventually gets cleansed, isn't he?
Yes,
Yes.
brilliant little card.
Yes.
Ugh, Matt is relentless. I don't even know how much value we're going through in terms of packs here.
I know.
I want to see purple, or I want to see something turn gold.
Well, so far no good.
Well, was that a rare or purple in the bottom right?
That was a
that's
rare.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be cured from my illness until we flip an epic or a gold.
It's just science, man. It's medical
It's
science.
the best medication on earth.
Trust the science.
Opening
yes, trust the
Untamed
science.
packs. Sorry guys. Let's see. Did that cure me, or am I allergic to this pack? I think I'm allergic to this pack.
Should you be wearing a mask? Because I'm starting to get a bit of a croak in my throat now, according to the science.
Well, there's our first 3, the commons.
Very, very subtle, Bob. I like. Very nice.
A Khmer princess. And a death elemental. Daily shout out for the pristine Northwest. Is that where we have a castle, Matt? Is there a castle over there?
No. I got some plots in Region 8, but we don't have really much in there, I don't think.
So here we
Right.
We'll grab
Another.
plots in number 32 today. Matt, Gio, and
Queenstone.
myself.
Queenstone, Shimmering Coast.
Yep, Region 132. I got 2 of my 28 plots. I got an epic, 2 legendaries, and 2 occupieds. No crossover though. All the legendaries were natural, and all the occupieds were common. But that's okay. I
Still
can
no
work with that.
gold, Matt.
Gio
Nothing.
scored with his 3.
Nothing.
What did you
All right,
get
let's
for your
keep
3
going then.
plots, Gio?
I didn't do too bad. I actually only had 2 plots and I bought 1. I just got a rare natural and then a rare magic life. So
Out of 2 plots, a rare
Yeah, so-
natural and a rare magic life. Like,
yeah, and
That
yeah,
sounds
like,
pretty
it's not-
good to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
can't.
I bought
I'm happy.
or claimed rather, my third plot in the same region, and I got a rare. So out of my 3 plots, I got 2 rares and a Magic Life natural.
Team Vanguard, unlimited untamed
So
opening.
I'm pretty stoked with.
Where did you
how mine
get
turned
these
out.
packs from, Matt? They're defective.
They are, and I'm like, you have so many potions too. Like that's not the problem here.
This is like my
I-
chaos pack openings.
I reckon you burnt through all your luck opening that castle for us. I reckon that was the problem.
We'll see. We'll see. What's
Yeah.
the odds we get like a double gold foil legendary pack?
This is definitely like my Chaos Legion pack openings. It's I always get the defective ones.
Double rare in this one.
Oh,
I don't like our
Wow.
luck. I don't like our luck at all. No. How many packs is that now, Matt? Have you been counting?
8, I think.
8?
That's
I think it's 8.
crazy.
I think that's 8, or I just sent the 8th. I think maybe. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna stop until we get a gold full or anything.
3,500 Chaos Legion packs. Holy.
Yeah, that's none of your business. I might still need them for land. I had 4,725 Chaos Legion packs, but I sold them to acquire all the DEC that I needed for land.
That's the way.
Yeah.
And make sure you save enough money too for my Shinlo. Don't spend it all.
How many packs do you want for that Shinlo? Three
I'm not
packs?
wired for math. I'm not wired for math.
3 packs?
I'm slightly better wired than that.
5? That pack was also a dud.
Yeah, I've just sent another. I'm watching on Twitch, and
You're
it's
like
just,
emptying
it's
your
like,
wallet. You're like throwing
This is
dollar
like-
bills at the screen.
If it wasn't so
Literally.
laboriously long, it would like be a really good clip for clip of the week. Like this is, look at the worst
Worst stream of
untamed
luck ever.
pack opening. Yeah, like what are the odds?
I
I had a
bet you-
Dr.
I
Blight.
made a video on
Oh,
Three
there we
Speed once.
go. Goblin Thief,
I opened
gold
10
foil.
Chaos Legion packs, and there wasn't a single gold foil or legendary in 10 packs.
That was a good last pack there, Matt.
We got there in the end.
Which
Yeah.
will catch up.
I sent this one to Geo the other day. I had a one match where Dr. Blight fired 5 times, 5 rounds, and didn't poison or afflict in any of them. Not a single at neither every time.
It's
He hit
carried
every
over
time,
to your
just
Untamed.
never. Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I did like that screenshot of your Cora from today, though, Matt, with the rebirth and
Oh yeah, no, I grabbed that off Twitter. That was, I think Bulldog shared it. Somebody shared it
okay.
with him. So that was with the rebirth, Holozor. I don't know if I can send you the image, but with the rebirth.
I'll open it up.
Gil, the bloodlust cards can just keep killing opposing cards over and over again, and get multiple martyr cards that resurrect and then get killed again. So this guy got Quora up to an insane, and she didn't even have last stand. She's just like massive stats. I think she came out at the end. She had 18 magic damage and like
There we go.
22 melee.
see
I
that.
think 27 melee, 29 speed.
18,
That's the one.
27, 29, 16 health.
Yeah, and that's just because that
And that's
rebirth.
just- That's just a level
she killed
2
everyone on
Quora
the
too.
opposing team.
It's only a level
Sorry?
2 Quora.
Yeah, level 2, and she didn't have last stand.
Only a level 2 Cora, he says.
Yeah,
I've got a level
Well,
3
you know
Quora.
what? These spells just got way more important.
Dispel.
Dispel, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Dispel.
Dispel.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gotten
Yes.
way more.
Venari Dispeller. Quite cool. So yeah, we did our plots today, and we also
My
went
first
through
time.
my card collection, trying to figure out why I'm going backwards every day at the moment in my foci quests, and funny plural of foci.
Folk guy.
As opposed to
He's a good folk singer, I've heard.
He does great yodeling.
yes. And we realized like my fire hand is pretty weak. So we went from a collection working out what fire cards to focus on next. Because the last couple of months, I've been dropping a lot of dry powder into this game. But focusing a lot on my dragon deck, because I never had dragons before because I didn't have a dragon summoner. So after maxing quicks, I've been focusing on the dragons, but fire is going to be my next focus for Chaos Legion.
What's your focus next, Matt Hollow?
Me, I don't. I've just bought a Zariel, and I'm just trying to work out how to use her, and not embarrass myself. So I'm just looking at some results of this, and I beat Byzantinist in a tournament.
I'll consult the manuscripts here to see what I need next.
Because there's some bargains to be had on the market at the moment with the Chaos Legion summoners. As Matt was saying in chat before, like looks like all the bot farmers are dumping their modern cards in anticipation of having to either go away or move to wild. So if you need some Chaos Legion summoners, this is a good time to be buying them.
Thank you, Fudsters.
And this does happen, right? It gets cyclical and I remember it happening with Beta and then with Untamed. And when we hit a flat spot, and there's so many people who will spend all day in Discord saying, "Oh, we should have been here when whatever was cheap or whatever, and I've missed my opportunity now." But then when we hit a flat spot and something happens and there's some scare or startled or something, these people, half of them go, "Yes, my opportunity," and they go in and they buy up and they seize that. They carpe the diem. And I love saying that because it's butchering the Latin. They seize the day, and the other half of them go, "Oh," and they just don't do anything. Funny enough to note, I didn't actually hold even a full set of maxed alpha cards. I was that focused on flesh golems that for a long time, like an embarrassingly long time, like I'm talking start of Untamed, I didn't have a full maxed alpha set. And then something happened. I think it was J69, maybe him taking off, and it was a bit of a storm. Watching my language here, it was a storm, and then alphas were on the market, and I looked at all these alpha cards, and I thought, how can I not buy a maxed alpha for it's like $48 each or something like that for the commons, and rares were like 70, and like for an embarrassingly long time, I myself didn't have even a full set of maxed alphas. So this is that opportunity when you turn around and say, okay, all that opportunity that I missed, I was bemoaning. Now, it's not like, people talk about Bitcoin, it's a buying opportunity. Yeah, okay, but it doesn't matter which Bitcoin you buy, whether you buy one now or you buy one a year from now at a higher price. It's still one Bitcoin. But these cards, when they're snapped up, this is the point where they're moving from paper hands to diamond hands. They don't leave diamond hands. Right? If you want an alpha flesh golem, good luck with that. Because once they land in a diamond hand, that's where they stay. And that's what's happening now with Chaos Legion summoners. So get in, because you're not going to have another opportunity.
Speaking of this pushing and shoving, Ghostly BG pushed their way to the front of the giveaway. So let's see if we've got better luck with the random wheel.
You got a lot of cards to give away too. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, Hero of the Beyond is what we got there. That's the whole
rest of your stream.
We've got 3 more to give away throughout the rest of the stream. So as long as people stay active in the chat, they'll be eligible.
Emoji time. Spam, 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 spam.
I don't want any spam.
Don't even like spam.
But when Matt said, what are our next plans in terms of cards, I said I must consult the manuscripts. I haven't exactly finished this yet, but I've got my land plots here and the sum of the production points that are gonna tentatively work on that land. What I need to do next is now link that to go, okay, that's great. What is that land? Is that a legendary occupied? Is that is that a whatever? Then work on, hey, if I sell this card, which has lower production points, and replace it with this other card, is that got to get me into a better position with more and more production points? Because I have discovered through this exercise that I've got no land plots that use fire. So all of my fire creatures are completely pointless when it comes to land. Yep. I'll be keeping them, but I'll be playing a lot of fire when I play ranked games, because I'll have nothing in water or earth, because most of my land is lakes.
I'm just having a look at my Shinlo. The others have all disappeared. So there's only 2 Shinlos on the market at the moment. There's a maxed Shinlo for 4K a BCX, and my single BCX Shinlo for 2,200 BCX. So my Shinlo is half the price of the next Shinlo. If anyone out there is wanting to get their hands on a Shinlo, now might be a really good time to do so.
Do people even
I'll
know?
take,
do people even know what a Shinlo is?
what a Shinlo is? It's a pretty rare card. Yeah,
They know what a
it's
shin bone is, but what a Shinlo.
So a Shinlo is an actual magical dragon card that, if you have one in your possession, increases your wealth, your health, your love life, gives you longer sustainability. It's one of those magical cards. This is not financial advice.
I joked with
but
Bob.
you must have a Shinlo. You must
I
have
joked
a
with
Shinlo.
Bob before the show that this would just be a 2-hour sales pitch of him trying to get rid of his Shinlo. I think the prophecy is correct.
Turned out.
Is this what Splinterlands 101 is? You've just done 70 podcasts trying to sell your Shinlo?
No, actually, it just started with you the other day when you were talking about your deck for the land and like your allocations, and I just dropped one line that you should buy my Shinlo, and I think it's just between us. It's just been an ongoing thing since then. So it hasn't really come into the show before, but I will take 2K US worth of Chaos Legion cards for the Shinlo.
It's okay. That's like three Kelliers, which is
Actually,
the equivalent
no,
of like 15 packs.
If you've ever watched my Chaos Legion pack openings, I'd probably get about $500 worth of cards out of that. I'm lucky. And I bought 10 packs the other day, and I looked at the conversion thing on Peak Monsters. So out of $20 worth of packs, I got like $9 worth of cards.
Well,
so
after that, I need to stop dying.
So you need a Shinlo. You need a Shinlo. Clear that chest and get the
after that absolute abomination of those Untamed packs, I'm going to open 10 Chaos packs.
All right.
And we're going to see how we go.
Don't open too many. You need to save enough to give me 2K worth for my Shinlo.
I'm opening 10 at a time.
So if you own a Shinlo and you make him your wallpaper, it just improves every aspect of your life.
10 at once.
10 at once? Yeah, it's the way to go, I reckon.
Well, it doesn't look so good so far. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, there's legendary. Okay, there's one legendary amongst these.
Well, you did better than I with my. Oh, was that 2 legendaries?
Nah, that was a Jin Apprentice.
Ah.
I'm going to save that legendary till last. Oh, wasted the gold foil on the Shadow Snitch. Nice, Satasa. Oh, wasted the gold foil on the Kulu Swim Hunter.
Just a scammer calling me, as per usual.
No.
Oh, now he's in the Twitch chat.
But sometimes
Is
I like
that-
messing with them.
Is that 4 gold foils?
I don't know, I can't count. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3 gold foils. Okay, here's the legendary. Of course, it's a Zyvax Wool. Totally unremarkable.
Yeah, I never know what to do with him.
Hello, I'd like to report a robbery.
I don't even have one of those. So, like,
Would you trade it for a Shinlo?
no. It is strange, isn't it? Some cards think, why is this a legendary? And you look at some of your epics, and why is this only an epic?
I'd like to mention Demon Shark here. How is that a common card?
Demon Shark is an amazing card. I've got a maxed gold foil Demon Shark. I love that card.
And the plunker, the deep lurker.
Mhm.
Where anyone
Got a maxed gold foil Deplunker as well. Yes.
We call Deep Lurker the Deplunker because my wife, her eyes aren't great, and she likes to play on the mobile, and she's, I got beaten by that bloody Deplunker. I was like, what are you talking about? And it was a Deep Lurker. So, yeah, we Bob and Gio we've got a few misnamed cards that just come up all the time. It's great.
Yeah.
So, yes,
We've got the
Deplunker.
Goblin Physic
Yeah,
and
me.
the Obnoxious Fumes rule set.
Demon is a rare. No, I don't know Daru, but you see it in every battle, so it's surely a common. And yeah, I agree with you, Bordell. Deceiver being a common card, or as I affectionately call the Pelacor Deceiver, Pelacor Defective, because he's always failing to fire off his backfire.
Pelacor Deceiver and Pelacor Mercenary, they die so well.
Yeah. So does Failed Summoner. They die really well too.
I've never had Failed Summoner. But yeah, although I did beat Yavamat with a Gargoyle Lion, a gold foil Gargoyle Lion.
respect.
So the cards do have their uses. Yeah.
20 minutes, I think, since you mentioned that you were the only one of the three of us to beat Yabba on the stream. That's a good 20, 25 minutes you've got
First
off.
time I've mentioned it, actually. You mentioned it at the beginning of the show, and I don't think we were recording then, so I had to get that in. And yes, I can confirm Demon Shark is a rare. Yeah. So who has had some unusual results from a rarely used card lately? Anyone? Pick something out of lack of, because of the rule set or something, you go, oh, let's give this a go. And then you've gone like, wow.
Why am I not speaking? Because my voice is screwed, Scotty. It's so
pump up the value of some cards here.
It's
create some FOMO in the chat.
It's so good that these guys came onto my stream today, because if I was doing it on my own, my throat would be on fire because I've had a cold. As you can probably tell, Scotty, I don't sound like myself.
It worked out.
But I appreciate the love of you guys being like, why can't we hear his voice? Because you've got all these other beautiful voices. Splinterlands is more than just me.
No, you got them hooked on the good stuff, mate. No, they're one of these three ring-ins. Zariel, I'm excited about. Zariel. I really want to start using her with Lord Arianthus behind her in Super Sneak matches. That's something I'm trying to commit to memory, because she's giving him range damage, and he's got the shield to take the extra melee, and obviously thorns. So he's a really good wrecking ball right up the back end. And if she can do some damage, then even if the multi-sneak does get through Lord A, then they've got to get through her with all her life leech that she's hopefully achieved in the meantime. So I'm sort of really looking forward to finding, if I see a super sneak match now, I'm like, yes, that's great.
Can you throw in an amplify there as well to make him even more effective?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, normally I'm picturing using Wraith as the summoner, and so you get amplify with him. And maybe like a cube in front, perhaps, or depending on the mana cap, maybe a Pelacor Conjurer if it's only low, or even in Almo if I'm expecting some ranged snipe action from them. Normally they'd either go snipe or sneak. So, but I mean, if it's a super sneak match, they might be doing both. So that's what I'm excited for, is trying to wrap my hand around Zariel, and also this new rebirth. Everybody gets rebirth rule set, which I've had so far only seen one in this event that I'm in, a tournament that I'm in at the moment. I haven't actually seen it in ranked yet.
Gio and I were doing challenges earlier and we got two battles.
Okay.
And I tried that Cora trick with the, I played Earth, so I went with the Fungus Flinger and the Muskrat. That's another one we like to rename, the Muskrat. And it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, it's because I had Agor, man. Agor and Constantio, Osho Constantio, they're busted, bro.
Yeah,
So
I
busted.
bought an Agor the other day, one single BCX Agor, because I didn't have one. So
I'm haunted by
never-
the Rift Watchers cards I haven't yet bought. And I'm thinking, am I going to get them? Am I going to regret not getting them? I don't know. I just, yeah, this Zariel was like burnt through all my dry powder. But I thought if there are very few out there, and if we don't manage to beat bots, and I'm one of the few accounts that has one, then the bots aren't going to be expecting it. So that's why I like those rarer cards, like Shinlo. Like if somebody was looking for a really rare card and they wanted a Shinlo, Bob, any idea where they could get a Shinlo from?
I've heard a rumor that there is a Shinlo on the market.
I've muted these guys from the Twitch stream, so you can't hear his shilling right now on Twitch.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why wouldn't you want to snap that up before the end of this stream, before someone else does? Because some
I don't have a beep button, but I do have a silence button, and that button's on silence again.
It's like deja vu.
Great. I think your mic was busted there, Bob. What were you saying? Bordell in the chat, call 1-800-SHINLO today.
So is that the only new rule set, or is there another one? Normally they do sort of 2 or 3 together at the same time. Has anyone seen?
That's the only
they
new
just
one.
dropped that one. By
Somebody
itself,
mentions one about a rule set where everyone starts with 1 health. Everyone has 1 health.
That would be fun.
Either I mentioned it, heard in Discord, or somebody. Yeah.
Is that in the Karen room?
The Karen room?
Mav chat.
Mav chat. I took a random stab in the dark for that and got that straight away.
Yeah, I don't remember where I saw it now, but did it have an icon attached? Anyway, don't be surprised if you see that is a rule set coming along. I was thinking what would be good fun for a rule set or even an ability is you target your opposite member, right? So whoever's straight across from you on the opposing team. So your card in slot 3 attacks their card in slot 3. And if there's no card there, then you just don't attack.
The rule set can be called "Find Me, Bro."
Was it Nate who was suggesting like something come out where they will target like the first healer on the team or the first sneaker on the team?
That was Yabba on our stream last week. So yeah, he was talking about maybe down the track having different, when you select the card, having a different targeting possibilities that you can toggle through to say this, what do you want this card to target at, which I think could make a good items and spells type deal for when that comes out, or like you said, making it part of that. But yeah, I think targeting your opposite number, call it, maybe the rule set could be now it's personal, something like that. But yeah, that's what he was talking about, is something that he'd like to do. So, because I mentioned if you're tied for speed, 2 of your monsters are tied for speed, you should be able to select which one goes second, which one waits.
Just call the rule set mirror mirror if they're fighting their opposite.
Yeah. What a Bizarro!
You look at me, bro.
Bizarro Superman, Bizarro self.
Yeah, so there's so many rule sets and that they could make up, and I think they're just going to keep coming. That's what she said. I
did suggest to Matt once one, and he said yes, but it would be really hard to code. And that's where if somebody dies, but they're still wearing armor. Like if they died from poison or whatever else, then that armor stays there. And when the next monster moves up, he gets to add. You're adding that armor.
I feel like
So
that
then
would be
you'd
better as an ability,
Looting corpses.
as opposed to, or it would be great to have a monster that spawned something else when it died. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
like
like
a
you've
ghost
got
spawns a
the
ghost.
you've got the cube, you kill it, then it comes back with half the health. You have to kill it again. Instead of it having like 20 health, it's got 10 health. You kill it once, then it comes back with 5 health, so you have to kill it again.
Or
So it's got a grand total of 15.
Card.
Yeah,
So you got to have a necromancer in your deck that can resurrect a fiend or something from a fallen corpse.
Hey, how cool would like splinter abilities be? Like if you use this splinter in this match, you get this something else that can only be for like the death splinter or fire splinter, and every now and again it chooses random ones
Yeah.
to promote using that splinter.
there's
You know?
But
there's
you
also
probably get the
the
triple rule set with that, and then the splinter that you want is for that rule set isn't
It's-
available.
there's
in the
the
battle.
easy fix to this.
Yeah.
Once the arenas are on land, it'll be like this land is a swamp. Death creatures get a 10% bonus. Or this arena's happening in hills. Dragons get a bonus. Flying creatures get a bonus. There's not only the rule sets, you could do stuff with, well, this is where the battle's happening. These are the environmental advantages given to these certain creatures in that area as instead of another rule set. Because you could go to 4 rule sets, but then you're really limiting cards, whereas giving environmental advantages. I mean, everyone was super sad when it was like, what do you mean fire creatures don't burn the earth elemental to the ground in alpha? And that would help do stuff. Yes,
Well,
stuff.
it's like the flying squid that doesn't fly.
Yeah, the imposter squid.
It's like, why is it called flying squid if it doesn't fly?
White squids can't fly, man.
I mean, you've got all these aquatic creatures that don't even have the swimming ability. What's up with that? I mean, I can't swim. Matt knows this. He constantly threatens to throw me in the ocean. And goes, you'll learn.
Well, there is a lake not far from us, and I think if we ever go on a trip over to my folks' place, and we'll go chill there for a week or so.
I'll do my best not to drive into this lake.
Then we can go for it. It's really, really salty, so you literally can't drown.
Excellent, my car will
like the Dead
rust.
Sea.
Well, if Hollow ever ends up just missing, I'll know who to play.
Especially if it's death by drowning.
So if Matt invites you out and says, make sure you bring your keys with you.
That's very sus.
I've got his keys, so I could do some damage.
He's my backup.
It's kind of like Jeopardy. We've got each
So
other's backs.
If something happened to you both while you were out there, that's good. That's a lot of
That's a lot of
wasted
flesh
cards in the
golems.
game.
That's a lot of flesh golems out of circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
got
Matt and
most
I
of
can't
most.
be on the same airplane at the same time.
It's the law. It's medical science. That's what it is.
It's like the president and the vice president. They can't travel together on the same plane and,
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah.
Matt and I did a little podcast while driving around in the southern part of South Australia, and we discontinued that idea when we realized, what if we get in a car crash? Like, we're screwed. We have to travel in different vehicles from now on.
Can't
Like
be
if
seen together.
he orders a schnitzel, I have to get the steak,
The fish.
vice versa. No,
In those airline movies, it's always the fish, isn't it? That does in the pilot. It's always the fish.
well, what are fish doing up in the sky? That's why the squid can't fly.
Yeah.
He was on a pilot's meal tray. Is
But there are
Matt
flying fish.
is Matt from the water splinter? No, he's certainly from the earth splinter.
Yes. Flying fish and
Yeah.
swimming birds.
I'm always Earth at heart.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, Earth always wins. We can build our cities, but give it time. Mother Nature
isn't-
takes it back.
But death's the most persistent.
Yeah, death. Once you get there, you're there forever.
Yeah, it's a certainty.
What did
But
you guys
beyond-
think about the discussion on the town hall about Aggroed wanting to do salt shakers, Splinterlands branded ones? Would you have a Splinterlands salt shaker in your kitchen? I would.
Oh,
I missed that, but yeah, I would for sure.
I want
Yeah, it
one
was
every
about
time
all
I
the
shake
salty
it.
people in the Karen room. Yeah.
I want one
They want
every time it's
self-shaking.
shaken. There's like this voice that comes out, but just reading from like past quotes and all that from people in the chat. And it has like a little voice box.
Bots. Bots.
Yeah, we should actually. The game should grab them and do them as the little splinter bites when you're waiting for a match. You never know what sort of salty
Yeah.
diatribe is going to actually of yours is going to get snapped.
It's just a live feed of Nav's chat from on this day 3 years ago. So and so said this in Mav's chat.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would
it's
give
been
so
pretty
much
crazy.
accountability.
It's been crazy.
Accountability.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going with all this, but it's
Yeah,
just
I don't know.
nuts,
I don't know either.
It's just
saltiness.
banter.
We're actually
talking
going
shit.
towards the exit, actually, with only 1 minute and 40 seconds
Ah.
left on the Zoom timer.
Oh no. I think that might be
so
time
give,
for me to pick another winner.
Yeah, give away a few cards.
Yep.
Hey, it's been fun. Well, while we've been here, while it's lasted. So thank you again, Hollow, for
Yeah.
having us on.
You
I'd have
guys
to ask
you
with,
guys can come
Splinterlands.
back again. I do have
Yeah.
another 45 minutes of streaming, so we can get that last little session in if you guys want to.
Well, I have time.
I actually do have to boot. I've got to put
Okay.
Ava to bed. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All good.
I've got time. I can hang around.
Excellent.
All right. Okay.
See you in
we
5.
can come back. Yeah, we've still got another. I mean, let's actually let Zoom cut us off and see where we get cut off, like
Right.
mid-sentence from last time. I
Well,
was wondering with Splinterlands TV, because obviously I'm watching this rather than the. Can you watch a stream after it's finished?
yes, the replays are all on
Yeah.
Twitch. I also record mine and throw them up on my YouTube channel as well.
Who
So
won that?
And
Yes.
if you,
that was a Dream 14.
Nice. Congrats, man.
yeah, and can you send me your recorded version of this? I'll
Yes.
make something together out of the
Yeah.
two. Just Google Drive or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely, I can.
Awesome.
The file will probably be something like 2 gigs, but I've got quick internet. It'll be no problem.
Okay. And when we come back after the break, do we do the same thing via Zoom or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do the same thing. It's working, and I don't have to reconfigure anything. And as I say, it's working. Say goodbye to everyone. They'll be back.
Yeah, I'm having headphone jack issues, but we should be good to go now, I think.
We've got 28 minutes.
Right. Nice. Yeah, well, if anyone's wondering why we keep doing this, it's because I use the free version of Zoom and it only gives us 40 minutes and it just cuts us off. And before I can start a new meeting, I have to render the previous one. So that's why we've had a couple of breaks in between.
He's actually
Great
stood
opportunity for Holizor to give away some cards. So yeah,
there and cough.
I have a coughing fit. Yes.
You're actually standing there with an easel painting every frame of the video. That's why it takes so long.
So with the cough, I was wondering if if the antibiotics aren't working, maybe it's the Kevin B. Wilson problem in the back of the throat.
No, it's not. The antibiotics did work. Like I felt much better on Monday when I had my last one. But then it was kind of like, cool, you've killed whatever infection you had, but that infection is still within your body. Now you must expel it. So that's what I'm struggling with, is getting all the crap out of my lungs and elsewhere.
So drinking all that water is certainly going to help.
Yeah, it's a lime cordial type thing. It's great. It's diluted, don't worry. Not sponsored. It is 40 kilojoules for a liter of this stuff when diluted properly.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the flavored water. I used to drink a lot of that as a kid, but I've just acquired a taste for water. Having
Liquid soap.
dehydrated twice, it definitely does that. I mean, all through the day now, if my mouth on my lips even feel a little bit dry, I get FOMO and start smashing some water. Because if you've ever dehydrated, it's a horrible, horrible thing.
Yeah.
And it's happened to me twice. But,
I've also got this little, well, it's not really little. Good old
have you seen
Stanley
Joe
Finlay.
run with his 10-liter box of water that he drinks out of during his stream?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder how that fits in his cup holder.
Well, and what about you, Matt? What are you sipping on tonight? Do we have Matt? Can you hear us?
We can see him.
I don't think he can hear us. Can you hear us, Matt?
Looks like he's tippy-tapping away at his keyboard.
Yes. All right. So,
But Matt,
is it time?
from my knowledge, Matt generally, he's lost audio.
Okay. All right. So we have technical difficulties from South Australia. There must be 10 people on the internet at the moment.
They've cut off his power.
There's 10 people on the internet, so South Australia is having bandwidth problems at the moment. Yeah. So they might have to borrow some gibbers from Victoria to borrow. There's mice running across the border as we speak.
I think he's got audio
assist.
back by that smile.
Yeah. We just sent you 12 mice over to Adelaide to help with your power problems there, Matt. They should be arriving very shortly.
That or he's
They don't
just
get
listening
quarantined at the border.
Oh, I got stopped by the police on the way to Melbourne for a breatho. So I left Adelaide at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and then Bordertown. Such a great name. That was my first fuel stop because on the border between South Australia and Victoria. So for those that are in other parts of the world, those are states in Australia. So it's kind of like, yeah, I went from Philadelphia to Chicago. I got stopped maybe 3 minutes over the border after Bordertown at like 8:30 in the morning. And it was like, you had anything to drink, mate? Nah. All right, do the breatho. And I'm like, it's 8:30 in the morning. What are you talking about? I'd barely put the car back in neutral before she was like, off you go. Have a good day. So it's like, pulled up, chucked it in neutral. She gave her spill. I blew into the thing, took my foot off the clutch, put my foot in the resting spot. Yep. All right. See you later. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Great. Beautiful.
Back in my Navy days when I used to drive from Melbourne to Perth, which is 3 days, by the way.
Yeah, that's a long drive.
With Australia. One of my fuel stops in South Australia used to be Port Wakefield.
Yes. Yeah.
I need to refuel there.
It's changed a lot these days, I'd imagine. There's a, what do they call it? A bypass there now. You don't even have to drive down the main drag.
Wow. This is in the 80s. During the 80s, I actually did the Nullarbor 7 times.
Did you have to pump fuel with one of those like hand pumps? They didn't have electricity at the time here in South Australia.
No, but the fuel pumps only had 2 digits on them back then.
Yeah. Yeah. And we still measured in liters. I think they'll be like, oh cool, let's just start billing for yes, you did win something, Camino Chiles. I don't remember what it was, so it was probably very unremarkable, I'm afraid.
Oh, congrats, Camino Chile. He was actually a little salty in chat on a previous one when I won for the second time in the day. So he'll be happy that he's actually won something.
It'll be a surprise. So Matt's going to leave us because the audio issues has upset him so much he's going to have to go gather his sorrows.
All right.
So tell us more about Splinterlands 101, Boba Fett. What's the plan for episode 100 in like 30 weeks?
So yeah, episode 100. We want
You've got to
have
finally have sold your Shinlo.
we'll have a special guest on the show for episode 100. I'll let the punters speculate on who that will be.
It's got to be aggroed.
But no, we started off, and you were on what I think the third episode.
I think I scrolled back earlier in this week to go check. I think it was like episode 6 or 7.
Okay, because the first episode we did, I reached out to Matt and I says, like, I want to do a general show on Splinterlands, and I just didn't have really the knowledge about the game at that point. So that's why I reached out to Matt, because he's got the knowledge. So we made an episode as an introduction episode. Then we did one about the cards in general. And then we started going through the splinters.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was our plan. So 5 or 6 episodes. And it was on the Death Splinter that you came onto the show. And Matt couldn't make it on that episode. So it's just you and I talking about Death, Civ, Dungeons and Dragons, and various other related type topics. And then we got to the end of the splinters and we just didn't stop. At some point in the show, we started, okay, let's start bringing in guests. So we introduced the theme of behind the avatar. So the thumbnail on the guest shows, it's Splinterlands behind the avatar, because when you're battling someone, it's just an avatar. It's like, who is this person? So we started bringing on guests. And
Can you bring on a bot farmer?
I wonder how that would go.
Got to find one first.
Exactly. Be an avatar related episode rather than an actual person's face, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Can't be seen in public type thing. So yeah, the whole behind the avatar thing was fun, because if you haven't watched our show, it's not like interview style. It's not questions and answers. It's just organic chat, just like we've been doing tonight. We wing it as we go. It's just purely organic with that classic Aussie banter. And previous high profile, I guess, guests we've had on the show, like we mentioned, we've had Holozor, we've had
I'm not high
Weirdbeard.
profile. I'm not high profile.
I think everyone in Splinterlands knows who you are.
Nah.
Yeah, we've had
Whose
Weirdbeard
stream
on
was
show.
I on? I was on Steve R's stream earlier today, just typing in the chat. And he's like, yeah, I don't know Holozor well enough to trust him. And I'm like, mate, I'm in your guild.
I was on that, yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
And
Garlic,
who else?
welcome.
We've had Cryptomancer on the show. We've had Yabba P Matt.
Another
on the
member of the
show.
Roaring Twenties, Cryptomancer. We're full of
Yes.
esteemed individuals.
And absolutely. So yeah, it's just good to get to know some of these people. Although we haven't had a bot farmer, we did have the dev of Xbot on the show,
Okay.
Salar. This is before anyone actually knew what Xbot was. It was a brand new project of his. He just launched it. And I think Xbot tokens were like 10 Hive or something at the time. But as Xbot has quite exploded now. It's become very, very popular.
I think it's
We've had
worth
the
like
dev-
$90 per token now.
Yeah. And there's Nextbot Lite as well. I think that only goes up to gold. We've had the dev of Splinter Suite on the show. Hack and Huck. He's the dev who created Splinter Suite, which Flex Golem is a little too complicated for you, or a little bit too much. Splinter Suite is a real simple set and forget rental program.
You had any of the devs from Splinter Forge on?
No, haven't. We've had the People's Guild, Bejangles, and Wascally Wabbit. We've had them on the show. Crypto Panda, Anubis85, we've had him on the show.
Who's been your favorite guest?
I'd have to go with Yabba Matt. Like, we actually went for three Zoom episodes on that. And although it wasn't intended from the beginning, it was just the organic show. It just, I guess, Matt being who he is, it just evolved into a total talk on game economics, and it was riveting. So
I haven't
if you're
actually
wondering
watched that episode yet.
Okay.
No
So
spoilers.
if you're wondering, like, what's going on with the game, people saying, "Oh, yeah, it's a game, it's economy, it's this and it's that." If you want to understand the big picture, you see, because as things are released, you just see what appears to be unconnected individual things. But Matt just puts the whole big picture, and you see how it's all connected, and it makes so much sense for long-term sustainability.
Yeah.
To be unique in the world with what we're doing.
I've made that statement before as well, where you look at these disparate changes in Splinterlands and you think, why are they doing that? And then why are they doing this? And eventually you start to see the 4D chess game that's being played, and you're like, oh, they're doing this so that they can do this other thing. And these two disparate parts that seemed unrelated are actually really related to each other. And this is why.
Yeah.
Which is great design. It means that there's a plan on paper beyond what is a roadmap out there.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're wondering how the dots are connected, and even if you just are having some concerns with the direction the game's taking, or for various reasons, or if you've got complete FUD because you spend too much time reading the math chat room, I'd highly recommend that you do listen to that episode of 101 with Yabba P. Matt. And if you're watching this on YouTube or on 3Speak, there will be a link below to my whole channel. It's the last episode, so it's easy enough to find. It really does put the whole economy into perspective, and you'll understand where this game's going.
Yeah.
And it should convert any FUD to FOMO, I'm sure, if you were to listen to Matt talking for 2 hours on the economy.
The other thing is that, there's not enough DEC, but is there going to be enough SPS to burn for DEC in the future? That's what excites me.
These are all good problems to have.
Yeah. Because you can also burn cards for DEC as well. But you can't burn cards for SPS. So, I don't know. I think once I replace those 10 packs that I opened, because 3,500, it's a nice round number of Chaos Legion packs to have in my inventory. The gold is basically going to be like, oh look, I got some DEC for some reason. No, I didn't. I got SPS. That's the way I'm going to look at it. As long as DEC is under peg, SPS. And then when the time comes, I don't want to be burning my SPS for DEC when other people have to do it. They can be at the front of the line for throwing SPS into the cauldron.
The exact same thing on episodes. I was going to sit back and let everyone else do that for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
there are people who will.
And then when too much of it gets burnt, I'll just buy that DEC when it's below peg and buy more SPS with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been holding back on the Rift Watches. So I haven't gone overboard on Rift Watches at all.
I bought...
I just can't spend that SPS. I just can't do it.
I bought 2015 Watcher packs because I went and did a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheets told me in the prophecies of the formulas that I would need 2015 packs to, on aggregate, get 11 of every legendary, 46 of every epic, 115 of every rare. Opened it all, and then I still needed to buy probably 200-300 cards off the market because it wasn't exactly 400 of every common and 115 of every rare. But the only things I'll need to grab to make sure that I've got the max Rift Watches are the coming airdrops. Yeah.
So I've been focusing mostly on Chaos Legion at the moment, with all of my new card purchases have all been Chaos Legion, apart from the Agor. I just had to have at least one of him. And once the I can't imagine why that proposal would not pass when it comes out.
The DC to buy the packs.
Yeah, I'll start getting into the
the time is now for that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll still vote no because I want it. I want to see 100k SPS.
Burn more deck.
DC rather be burned.
Yeah.
But no, it would be a yes vote from me this time around. I did vote no to that one last time. The proposals that I'd like to see is, I know that Peak Monsters get compensated through their market fees and that sort of stuff, but I feel like Peak Monsters deserves some SBS on an ongoing basis from the DAO for everything that they've done for the community. I don't know if everyone else would feel that way, but if Charvy and co put up a proposal to say, hey, we want a little bit more SBS from the DAO to continue development work, that would be a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
It's because I'm sick, Larkin. I've said that about 400 times on the stream. Hopefully, I'll be better on Monday, and my regular voice will be back.
One thing I've learned from watching these streams, people doing stuff in Peak Monsters, and it's like, oh wow, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
It's so in depth. Yeah, Peak Monsters is amazing for sure. Yeah.
If you want me to cook some soup, I've already eaten all my meals for today.
What about some chili? Have you had
Yeah.
the chili for today?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. What was it? I had pumpkin soup this morning. I don't know. I put a whole bunch of pepper on that. I just remember that I left the pepper shaker on the kitchen table. Geez. I must be unwell. I can't remember what I had for lunch.
Chili
Oh,
is really
fish.
good.
Fish. That's right. I had fish. I put some fish in
That's
the
right. You
oven.
put fish in
with,
the oven. Yeah.
some cauliflower and some broccoli, and put some pepper sauce on top of that. And I did have another thing. Yeah, one of the because I use like a commercial meal prep service, deliver stuff. Got one out of the freezer. Did that. Yeah, I was feeling better than Larkin. I was like at 70%, and today I'm definitely not at 70%.
So after the cauliflower, do you have the noxious fumes gas warning sign on your door? No.
Can you tell us the reason as to why I'll change the vote? Well, I changed back to no so that I could see 100k DEC be burned. As for the proposal for Rift Watches in DEC, I would vote yes this time around, because those packs aren't moving. Those cards are amazing, and I want more people to realize that those cards are amazing.
And when Holozor changed his vote, we all got to see live on his stream the bar actually move.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen.
I put it in as a joke.
Yeah, and then it happened.
It actually happened. Yeah, it's like,
Because
wow.
I think my stake is like 0.8%. It's like not even 1%. It's like 0.8%. And when I made that vote, the vote moved like 4%, and I'm like, that's not equal to my stake.
And you even made that the keyword for the next draw too.
Yes,
He
yes,
moved
I
the
did.
bar question mark.
Yeah. I seem to enjoy torturing the audience with really long keywords.
So if you want a really long keyword for the next one, how about buy Bob's Shinlo?
I knew that was coming.
Market?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Actually, we haven't mentioned the Shinlo for 5 minutes. Maybe we should.
Well, look, it was one of the alpha Kickstarter cards, wasn't it?
It was the Kickstarter one, like with the Dragon Archers, the
Yeah.
Robo one. Yeah.
Nebseni, which I saw there was one of them given away earlier today as well, through Monster Mayhem, which continues, by the way, in Commander Garlic's stream coming up next.
I have Nebsene on my
Look at this
silver account or bronze
troublemaker
account?
in the chat, this Matt Clark. Did you use the Shinlo when you beat Yabba?
No, I used the Gargoyle Lion.
Oh,
I used the
wow.
Gargoyle Lion. Yes. It was an Earthquake rule set, and I martyred him quite heavily. And yeah, he did a really good job. Yeah.
At losing. He was a gracious loser, I'm sure.
Yeah. And no, Matt, I couldn't use Shinlo to beat Yabba because Shinlo is currently on the market for sale for $2,200 US. So I wasn't able to use him in the battle. And did I mention that it's like a third of the price of the next cheapest Shinlo on the market? I can't remember.
Twitch can't hear this sales pitch again. The mute's gone back on. Bob, your mic keeps cutting out. What's with that?
Must be the spam filter.
Yes, the spam filter.
Yes, the spam filter.
But Shinlo with what's that common summoner? The only common summoner in the game, the dude that does +1 magic. For
The
dragon.
green one, the dragon.
There's a dragon splinter. The chat will tell us. You just the best
the whole
way
card
to
is green.
yeah, the best way to get the correct information is to just give people the wrong answer on the internet, and then people will come and correct you. So the dragon summoner who's got 1 mana, that's a common card. It's purple. What's his name? I think his name is it's not Dragonscale. Delwyn. That's right. Yes. Delwyn
I always used to
Dragonscale.
getting confused thinking that he's a earth summoner purely because of the color of the card.
Yeah, that's Obsidian though. Obsidian is masquerading.
Yes, but this dragon summoner, the common summoner, like the whole card is green.
I think maybe because it's Doodoo Dragonscale. There must be something I'm missing.
But not all dragons are green. There's red dragons and black dragons and silver dragons and gold dragons.
Chaos dragons.
Desert dragons.
Ah, my beloved desert dragon, as I always affectionately call it. It's one of the greatest cards. It's just so
I maxed mine a
underappreciated.
couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
I maxed it
an
in
awesome
gold
card.
foil on an impulse on one stream.
Ooh. Nice.
But when that retaliate hits, it's great. Particularly in an all trample rule set. I'm just sad because he's going to go work on my land, and I'll never fight with him again. And Dari's about to come in and say, "Well, you'd be able to fight with him if you gave me your land, and then you wouldn't have to think about putting him on there." There is a sad face. Everything's a sad face. We're suspended in stone. Oh, Birds Bees is throwing a whole bunch of lore there. Exactly, says Daru. I've got this on a down pat. Like my objection handling, particularly if someone walks up to me and says, "Hey, give me your land," it's going to be top tier. I'm glad I don't work in sales anymore, doing all that objection handling stuff. Clients going, "Hey, I want this. Oh, well, we should sell you this." No, I don't want it. Man, if only I applied that.
The handle in the suitcase.
I already know that sending land will solve problems. I almost you can send me a challenge, King Arminus, but we've only got 3 minutes, so we need to make it snappy. So feel free to send through that challenge, and I will move my desktop around so we can have the chat open somewhat. And the game.
Well, if anyone is suffering from low self-esteem and they need to win a battle, they could always send me a challenge. I could.
Right. Let's accept this challenge. And I won't bother explaining my strategy, but I'll keep sharing my screen while I choose. Oh, we've got that Rebirth rule set. Fog of War and no legendaries. Well, I like the Fog of War rule set. I like it a lot because I'm going to play Zuriel.
You know that Fog of War nerf that they did when they removed opportunity?
I hated it.
They did that 1 week after I maxed my gold foil Deplunker. 1 week after. I could not believe that.
I will put together my team here as quickly as I can because we've only got coming up to less than a minute on the stream.
Oh,
So thank you all for being here with us. Oh, it's no legendary, so I can't play Zerial anyway. That's fine. I'm going to play an old favorite of mine. This is for Bordel. Oh, no, no sneak. What am I doing?
so after your stream finishes, Holozor, we can just do a wrap up on Zoom and
Yeah, sure.
for the end of the 101 episode.
While I've still got a voice.
And 101 is out every Friday.
Tomorrow.
Do check out 101 if you haven't seen it before. And as someone mentioned in chat, on a basic font, 101 is indeed LOL.
Let's hit rumble on this battle and hope that it resolves in 45 seconds. That's a lot of sneak. I am probably going to lose this. He didn't dodge.
I don't have an Astral yet. That's something else on it. Actually, I don't have either of those two summoners. I don't have the Riftwatcher Epics. I don't have those.
Oh, triple resurrect on the guy.
Astral Entity has Resurrect, yeah.
Yep, but it's the rebirth rule set as well, so this battle's going to take
Yes,
forever.
exactly. Cliffhanger.
5, 4, 3. Thanks, everyone. We will see you again next week. Cheers.
Boba Fett, peace out. All right, so thanks
Turns
for joining
out
us on 101. Geo had to go. No, we changed our format around a little tonight to accommodate for Holozor's live stream. So it's a little outside of our normal time zones. That's why Gio had to go. He has a young daughter he needed to put to bed. Matt had some sound difficulties, so just Holozor and myself left. Holozor, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your stream tonight. It's always fun to try something new and differente.
you took the responsibility of speaking away from me for much of the stream. So
Responsable,
it's
sí.
yes, la responsabilitat. I've been playing this game called Disco Elysium, which is brilliant, like in terms of its philosophical insights into the human condition. I know that sounds bourgeois as all hell, but the writing in it is just phenomenally good. And you play this detective who's a drunkard who has no memory of who he is. He wakes up in a hotel room and he's told by the person downstairs in the hotel room, "Oh, so you're here to solve the murder." And you're like, "The murder? What murder?" Yeah,
Memento style.
There's a bloke hanged in the courtyard behind the hotel. Go solve the murder. And you don't even know who you are. You don't have your badge. You don't have your gun. And you've got to figure out who you are, who done it. And towards the stage of the game I'm in, you wake up one morning as this detective guy, and he's like, "Oh yes, I have to assign la responsabilitat of who done it."
Fair enough.
So yeah, it's a great thing, but that's off the cuff away from Splinterlands. But always a pleasure to hang out and talk shop about Splinterlands.
Yeah.
I just wish I had more of a voice to do it more.
Fair enough. And this was episode 70, and next week's episode 71, we also have a guest on the show who Splinterlands TV fans will recognize also. Anyone in the Splinterlands community will know this person. He will be joining us next week on episode 71. So if you're viewing this on pre-speak on the Hive network, do comment on the post, because every week the commenter who generates the most engagement will receive 10% of the post reward. Thanks for joining us. I'm Boba Fett. Peace out.
Solazor.